Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Srila Guru Deva Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hare Ram Sankirtan की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय श्री चैतन्य चैतामृत की जय श्रीला कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि हरे कृष्ण
Jainis Prabhu, now you can introduce.
Oh, you introduce Prabhuji. Nityananda Prabhuji, you introduce, please.
So, Hare Krishna devotees, His Grace Purushottham Prasad Das Prabhuji is a senior Vaishnava in Krishna Katha Desh, and he is disciple of His Holiness Jeptak Swami Maharaj. And his earlier also he has given Chaitanya Charitamrta class, and we thanks Prabhuji for giving his precious time. In short notice, Prabhu has accepted. In fact, some speakers, due to some work, he could not join. So Prabhu humbly accepted. So we request Prabhuji to enlighten on the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, over to you. Dandavata Pranam.
Hare Krishna Dandavata. We'll start with Mangala Charan. The screen is visible, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Okay, right, thanks. Vande Gurun Ishabhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Chatat Shaktihi Krishna Chaitanya Shamyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudodaye Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamonudo Yad Advaitam Brahmopanishadi Tat Api Ashyatanuba Yad Atmantar Yamini Purushaha Tisho Ashyam Savibhaha Shat Aishwarya Purnoya Iha Bhagavan Sa Swayam Ayam Na Chaitanyat Krishna Jagati Paratatvam Param Iha Anapitacharim Shirat Karnayavatirna Kalau Samarpaitum Unnatojvalarasam Swabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundaraditi Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Kandare Smrito Vasachi Nandano. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vipratirhiladini Shaktirasmat Ekatmanau Apipuvi Pura Deha Vedam Gatautau Chaitanyakam Prakatamaduna Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhavadhyati Swalitam Nami Krishna Swarupam Shankarshana Karanato Ishayi Garbhodashayi Chapayodishayi Sheshascha Yashamsha Kalasha Nitya Nanda Nityanandakya Rama Sharanam Namastu Mahavishnu Jagatkarta Mayaya Srajati Ada Tasyavatara Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishwaraha Advaitam Arina Advaita Acharyam Bhakti Shamshanat Bhaktavataram Ishantam Advaicharyam Ashraye Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam Jayatam Sharato Pangor Mama Mandamatir Gati Matsarvasya Padambojo Radha Madanamohano Divyad Vrindavaranya Kalpadrimadu Srimad Ratnangara Simhasanastau Srimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Preshtalipyo Sevyamanau Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamshi Vata Tatastita Karshan Venu Swanair Gopi Gopinata Shriye Stunaha Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta, Madhya Lila, chapter 10, the first verse. The Lord's return to Jagannath Puri. Tam mande gaura jaladam swasyayo darshanamritai vichedava graham lana bhakta sashyani ajiyava. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on field of grain, which are like a devotee suffering due to a shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought, but when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on all the grains and saves from the perishing. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Purvajabe Mahaprabhu Chalila Dakhine Pratapa Rudra Raja Tabe Bholaila Sharva Bhame. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu departed for South India, King Prataparudra called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace. Vashite Ashana Dila Kori Namaskar Mahaprabhur Vata Tabe Puchila Tanere. When Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya met with the king offered him a seat with all respects and inquired about news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shunila na tamar ghare eka mahashay Gauda haite aila teno mahakrupamoy. King said to the Bhattacharya, I have heard that a great personality has come from Bengal and he's staying at your home. I've also heard that he's very, very merciful. Tomare baho krupa kaila kahe sarvajan krupa kari karaha more tanera darshan. I've also heard that this great personality has shown you great favor. At any rate, this is what I hear from many different people. Now, being merciful upon me, you should do me the favor of arranging an interview. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stavitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadarupescha Kripa Sindhu Vacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees. So in the 9th chapter, we have seen Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has gone to South India Yatra and he completed Yatra. Now is Lord returning to Jagannath Puri. So that is the whole chapter. So the first verse says, Tam vande ghaur jaladam swasyayo darshanamritai vichedavagraham lana bhakta shashani ajivayat. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is compared to a cloud that pours water on fields of grain, which are like a devotee suffering due to shortage of rain. Separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought. But when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on the grains and saves them from perishing. So here we can see that how the plants which are without a rainwater is suffering. This plant, you see the dry area, the plant is suffering. The leaves are dried. It's almost about to die. At that time, if the clouds, heavy, beautiful clouds, which pours the rain, then it gives nourishment for the soil as well as the plant, isn't it? Are you able to see the picture, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, very clear. Nice,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
thanks.
Nice presentation.
Similarly, the devotees are like this, like a barren land and no nourishment. So the Lord, Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj saying that when Lord appears, it's like a pouring of rain for the plants which are in the drought. Similarly, okay, during that time, Lord has appeared. So the devotees, those who are present there physically, were very fortunate. But now, we don't see the Lord in physical form directly. But Lord is very merciful. He appears in Archa Vigraha. So we can have the association with the Lord by serving Him through Archa Vigraha. And also, Shastra says, Kalikale Namarupe Krishna Avatara. So the Lord already appeared in Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra and the Lord, there is no difference. Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. So the Lord and His names, form, qualities, all are same, that we all know. Yeah. So let us take this small analogy. Okay, the rain comes. What happens next? Then the soil will nourish with all the minerals that are the good qualities of a devotee. What about the time where there is no rain? there is no rain, the devotees, they have to pour water. So in analogy, what is the water? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. So hearing about the Lord, glorifying about the Lord. So Shravanam, Kirtanam, these both are like pouring water to the ground. So what happens? It gives the what you call satisfaction for the soul, and the Bhaktilata bridge grows nicely. The plant Bhaktilata grows beautifully. So growing nicely, is it enough? Whatever some cattle or some animals will come and stamp it, and then like elephant walks. So we have to protect the plant. That protection of plant is like this steel frame which protect the god like a god. What is that? That is called carefully avoiding aparadas, especially Vaishnava aparadas. Yeah. So when the aparada takes place, when anartha takes place in the art, aparada takes place. What are all the anarthas? Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. Mostly Matsarya, envious, jealousy. Once you have envy, then only you will do fault finding. There is no envy, there is no fault finding. Yeah. So who can find the faults? Only Guru can find the fault with the Shishya. Why the Guru finding the fault? For the betterment of the Shishya. For his spiritual growth, for his benefit. So Guru is not going to take anything out of it. So it is the mercy of the Guru is identifying, like how a farmer identifying the weed and then uprooting the weed so that the plant can grow beautifully. Like that. The fault finding of a Guru is nothing but uprooting the weed, which is unwanted for the soul. So Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya is not required for the soul. But still, the soul wrongly assumed that I need all this. That is called anarthas. Unwanted things for the soul and performing bhakti to Supreme Lord. So like this Brahmanda Brahmite. So many millions of birth, the Jivatma keep on revolving and believing that these anarthas is going to satisfy me. These anarthas are going to give happiness for me. These are all, what you call avidya. So the Guru who uproots these weeds can provide shelter and also take the Jivatma to the Supreme Lord. For all this, what the sadhaka has to do is to protect his sadhana by avoiding all the aparadas, especially Vaishnava aparada. So that is the small analogy. So the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is informing us the separation from the Lord. It's like a plant which is in the drought and barren land, which has no nourishment. So hearing about the Lord, which gives us the nourishment constantly. So Shravanam Kirtanam is must. Then what? So separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drought, but when the Lord returns, his presence is like a nectarian rain that falls on the grains and saves from the perishing. So similarly, one's bhakti may perish if he does not associate with the devotees, if he does not properly follow the process by following 4 regulative principles. All this will happen. So the only shelter for us, the Supreme Lord's lotus feet, Guru's lotus feet, and the protection of devotees for us. Yeah. Separation from Lord. How these separations? Yugaidam nimeshena chakshusha pravrishayitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe nami. Viraha. So viraha bhava is one of the topmost bhava, feeling separation from the Lord. One has to be very, 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 very fortunate soul to feel that separation from the Lord. Me also feel separation whenever there is no prasadam. Oh, where is prasadam? That is the beginning stage. From that, you have to gradually progress and then feel the separation of the Supreme Lord. Oh, why am I wasting my life like this? And all the Vaishnavacharya song, if you see, it will be in the mood of separation, in the mood of repentation. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, no? Manasa deho geho joy kich mo arpilu tu apade nanda kisho sampade vipade jivane marane. So whether I am living or dying, at any point, oh Lord, I have taken shelter at your lotus feet. So separation from the Lord is make a devotee, that is actually separation is also Vipralamba Bhav. Through Vipralamba Bhav, the devotee associate with the Lord. This is for Uttama Bhaktas, Uttama Adhikaris levels. So that should be the aim, that should be the goal. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj starting with that, and then is glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Nadadval Acharya, and all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu went for South India Yatra. King Prataparudra, he come to know about it. So he called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace. He called Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his palace to inquire about what? Purvaja ve Mahaprabhu Chaila Dakhine Prataparudra Raja Thabe Bholaila Sarvabhauma. So he invited Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to inquire, where is the Lord, what is doing, etc., etc. So he's very anxious, King Prataparudra. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya reached the palace and met with the king. The moment Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya went, king offered him a respectful, all the respects, and then provided the asana to sit. And then slowly he started inquiring about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vashite dashana dila kori namaskare, kori namaskare. So first he offered obeisances. Though he is a king, you know how to respect the Brahmana. So the society, when not respecting the Brahmanical culture, it is a symptom of deterioration. Those days, the kings, they were giving all the respect and protection for the Brahmanas. And then, very humbly, the king inquired about news of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shunila na tomar ghare ek mahashai. And great personality, Mahashai, and great personality. I heard that a great personality came from Bengal and is residing at your home. Tomara ghare, at your home. Gauda hoite haila tena mahakripamai. So king is saying, I've also heard that he's very, very merciful. Mahakripamai. He is Mahakripa. Is giving so much of mercy to everybody. I heard that. Mahakripamai. Tamare bahu kripa kaila kahe sarva jan kripa kari karaha more tanera darshan. So by your mercy, lot of people received mercy from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, I have also heard this great personality has shown great favor to you. At any rate, this is what I hear from many different people. Now, being merciful upon me, you should do me the favor of arranging an interview. This is the first request. So, King Prataparudra requesting by serving him first how? Paying obeisances and then giving asana and then slowly, humbly inquiring about Mahaprabhu, then finally asking for favor. This is the protocol. This is how a devotee should ask for a help. Kripa. Nowadays, Kripa come direct instruction in WhatsApp. I want this, provide me this. These are all not proper culture of Vaishnavas. These are all Shudra culture. If a devotee, we need any help or you're seeking some favor, you have to approach them very humbly. Serve them first. Serve them first. You should see what condition they are. If it's favorable, then only we should ask for favor. These are all proper etiquette. King Prataparudra being a king, he display the great Vaishnava quality, how a Vaishnava should behave. So that is the learning from King Prataprudra. Fine. The next verse. Tamare bahu kripa kaile. That's over. Bataka he ye shunila shabashatya hai. Tanra darshan tamara ghatana na hai. Sri Bhattacharya replied, all that you have heard is true. O king, what you are saying is true. No doubt about it. Tanra darshan tamara ghatana na hai. But as far as an interview is concerned, it is very difficult. Ghatana means very difficult. Na hai. It's not possible. It's very difficult to arrange. Virakta sannyasi teno rahena nirjane swapne na karena teno raja darshane. Now, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya explaining what kind of sannyasi is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Virakta sannyasi teno rahena nirjane. He is not associating with any kind of materialistic people or worldly minded people. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the renounced order. He is already a sannyasi, Virakta sannyasi. He is very much detached from worldly affairs. Worldly affairs means what? Associating with the worldly minded people, worldly talks, Gram Panchayat, all Prajalpa, Jalpa, all these unwanted things, he will not engage. So Nirjane, he always stays in solitary places. Swapne heha na karena. Even in the dream. Swapne heha na karena. He will not do even in the dream. What is that? Raja darshane. He does not give any interview to any king, even in the dreams. Tatapi prakare tama karetamash darshan. Samprati karila teno dakhine gaman. Still, tatapi, still, I would have tried to arrange your interview, but the Lord is just recently gone to South India too. The discussions happen while the Lord is about to return to Puri Jagannath. Whereas these things are conversation taking place between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and King Prataprudra. Raja he Jagannath chadi keno gela. Batakahe Mahantrera Ekalila. I would have arranged an entry for you, but Lord gone for South India Yatra. The king immediately asking, why he has left to Jagannath Puri? Lord is here in Puri Jagannath, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan, Gundicha Mandari, everything is here. But why the Lord left Jagannath Puri? Bhattacharya replied, such are the pastimes of great personality. Bhattakahe Mahantera Eka Leela. This is the pastimes of the great personalities. What we can say? Tita pavitra karite kare tita brahmana se chale nistareya samsarikta jana. Great saints go to the holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. For that reason, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting many tirthas. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani, right? So, and delivering many conditioned souls. So, here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj is emphasizing that the great personalities, they go for yatra, not like a common man to purify themselves to get rid of all their sins, not for that. When the great personalities go to yatras for pilgrimages, that yatra get divine, that yatra get purified, that tirtha get purified. Great saints go to holy places of pilgrimage in order to purify them. Them means what? The tirtha. That is the potency of great personality. So to purify all those tirthas, Mahaprabhu went. He's visiting many tirthas and delivering many conditioned souls. So now Maha Kumbh Mela also taking place. So many devotees or the people around the globe are visiting Prayagraj. Why? So many saintly people arrived there. So they purified those divine place. So just by mere glances just taking their dust and just being there in the presence, all the conditioned souls will be purified. Bhavavida Bhagavata Stitha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Titi Kurvanti Titani Shvantastena Ghadabrata. This verse is spoken by Yudhishthira Maharaj when Vitura returned from the Tirtha Yatra. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimages. So a great Bhagavata visits us. He brings all the tirthas to us. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage because of their purity. How they are become tirtha personified? Because of their purity. That's why Lord Caitanya emphasized on purity. How first thing is purity. Cheto darpanamarjanam, purity, cleanliness. So they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, this verse spoken by Yudhishthira Maharaj to Vidura in Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 13th chapter, 10th sloka. The same verse is quoted here in Madhya Lila also, in Adi Lila, 1st chapter also, 63rd verse. Vaishnaveraye haya ekasvabhava Vaishnavarahe haya ekasvabhav nischala Teno jiva nahena anasvatantara ishvara. A Vaishnava travels to places of pilgrimages to purify them and reclaim fallen conditioned souls. This is one of the duties of a Vaishnava. See how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Prabhupada emphasize what is the duty of Vaishnava? A pure Vaishnava should visit the tirthas to purify the pilgrimage, that purify that dham itself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary living entity, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Consequently, is a full independent controller. Vigna Swarat, the Lord is Swarat, always independent. Yet in his position as a devotee, he carries out the activities of a devotee. Purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur points out that because there are many permanent residents in holy places who do not precisely follow the rules and regulations governing living in a sacred place, exalted devotee have to go to these places to reclaim such persons. So why this great personality going to a dham? There are many conditioned souls living in the dham itself. Though they live in dham, they're not dhamvashi because they materially observed. They're conditioned souls. To purify them, for them to tell the Krishna Katha, to shower mercy upon them. So this is the business of a Vaishnava. So devotees, we must understand. When we go to a dham, we should not do any dham aparad for dhamvasis. That is one fact. But there are conditioned souls also. For them, we should give the mercy of hearing Krishna Katha. Yare deko tare kaho Krishna upadesh. If that is our adhikar. If myself, a Kanishta Adhikari, going to a dham, we cannot instruct others. For a Kanishta Adhikari, it's not possible. Whereas a Madhya Adhikari, yes, it's possible. Okay. So this is the business of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is unhappy to see others materially enmeshed. That means Paradukka Dukhi is a Vaishnava. Whenever people are so much materialistically talking and they're materially involving and doing big plans to do in the dham materialistically, when we say for their good, people feel offended. This is not offense. This is the mercy for them. That is what we are doing everywhere. Going to a dham and again doing the same materialistic activities. How it will enhance your bhakti? Brahmanda pramite kono bhagyavan jiva guru kripa prasadevai bhakti latabi. So Brahman, so Bahujanma. After Bahujanma, you get this seed. Prabhu, I am chanting, I am following 4 regular principles, and I am doing this materialistic activity also. What happens to them? Bahujanma kare yadi shavana kirtan. Tavutana paye Krishna Premadan. It is already warned in Adilila. Are you able to see the words? Devotees?
No,
No,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Oh,
I
Krishna.
think you stopped sharing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So far you didn't see the screen. Sorry. Bahujanma kari yadi Shavana Kirtan Tabutana paye. What you will not get? You will not get Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, Bahujanma kari. You may keep on doing chanting for millions of birth, Bahujanma, Bahu, countless birth. Because you are chanting, you will get human birth, human body. No doubt about it. But you'll be keep on doing only. Why? Infested with all the offenses. So much of aparadhas. And one of the offenses is what? Do not have complete faith in chanting and maintaining, even though instructing so many times on this matter. What is that? Having attachment for materialistic thing. That is called asat trishna. When you don't feel interest for chanting, that means our mind is absorbed in materialistic activities, which is not related to bhakti. This is what will take place. What will happen? You may get mukti also, but you will not get Krishna prema. You will not get the love of Godhead. Why? And that is the ultimate goal of this chanting. That is the purpose. What is the purpose of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? To attain Krishna prema. That one will not attain if fully, see, material, because we live in material world, maintenance of body, mind and soul, everything is required. No doubt about it. But Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha chana sangascha laulyamcha shadbir bhaktir vinashati. That's a great warning for all of us. So we should be careful in associating with people. Yeah. A Kanishta Adhikari may be too much attached with materialistic. So you may talk only about materialistic things. So for them, you have to help, either talk about Krishna or do more services into Krishna, as long as they are not feeling offended. Yeah. And one more thing, a Vaishnava, a Sataka, you should be very careful in associating with the devotees, especially with advanced devotees. They have to take association and then progress. There is a beautiful verse saying, Vaishnavas associating is materialistic people is as good as associating with the alligators, snakes, poisonous snakes. Why? Anytime a poisonous snake will bite. Anytime alligator will capture. Like that. When you associate with the materialistic people, anytime they can finish off our spiritual life. So devotees should be very careful in associating with the worldly people. Fine. So a Vaishnava, although he is worshipable deity of all Vaishnavas, the complete and independent Supreme Personality of Godhead is Purna Suddho Nityamukto, complete and completely uncontaminated and eternally liberated, because the Lord is Sanatana, for he has no beginning or no end. So Raja is saying, Raja hetan ratumi yaita kane dile paya padi yatna kari kenana karakhile. Upon hearing this, the king replied, why did you allow him to leave? Why didn't you fall at his lotus feet and keep him here? See the desire of the king. Why you left the Lord to go for yatra? You should hold his lotus feet, beg his mercy, and hold him in Puri Dham. Bhattacharya kahe teno swayam Ishvara swatantra. Bhattacharya replied, he is the Supreme Lord himself. He is Ishvara. Ishvara is always in Swatantra. He has full freedom. Shakshat Sri Krishna Teno Nahe Para Tantra. All our tantras will not work out. All our yukti will not work out. So Sarva Bhattacharya replied, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself and is completely independent. Charteshva Swarat Tene Brahma Hridayadi Kavaye Mukyanti Yatsuraya. We studied, no? Srimad Bhagavatam, first 3 verses. In that, the Lord is Swarat, is independent, completely independent. So being Krishna himself is not dependent on anyone. So how, king, how you are expecting me to hold the Lord who is completely freedom? No? Tatapi rakite tanre bahu yatra koilam Ishwarera swatantra icha rakite narila. Still I endeavored very hard to keep him here, but because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and completely independent, I was not successful. This independent quality, the Jivatma also having in a small, minute level. That small, minute level independence is the root cause of all the problem. Because the Jivatma doesn't know how to utilize that free will. So the best thing, as Krishna says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshantite jnanam jnanina sarvadakshinaha. Okay. Jnanina tattvadarshinaha. So those personalities who knows the tattva, they can reveal you how to utilize your free will. Raja ka hai bhatta tumi vigna shiromani tumi tanre Krishna kaha tate satyamoni. The king said, Bhattacharya, you are the most learned and experienced person I know. Therefore, when you address Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Lord Krishna, I accept this as the truth. So this is the way advanced in spiritual science. To advance in spiritual science, spiritual life, this is the science. What is that? One must accept the words of an Acharya. That is the secret. That is the perfect science. A bona fide spiritual master to clear the path of spiritual advancement. This is the secret of success. However, one's guide must be a spiritual master who is actually an unalloyed devotee, strictly following the instruction of the previous acharyas. Mahajano yena katas sapanta. One who follow Guru Sadhu Shastra Vakya, yeah, without any deviation. Whatever the spiritual master says must be accepted by the disciple. Whatever the spiritual master says must be accepted by the disciple. Only then success is certain. This is the Vedic system. Yeah. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was a Brahmana and a realized soul. Whereas Prataparudra was a Kshatriya. Kshatriya king used to be very, very faithfully the orders of learned Brahmanas and saintly persons. Used to obey very faithfully the orders of learned Brahmanas and saintly persons. And in this way, they would rule their country. Similarly, Vaishyas used to follow the king's orders and Shudras used to serve the 3 higher castes. In this way, the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras used to live cooperatively, performing their respective duties. Consequently, society was peaceful and people were able to discharge the duties of Krishna consciousness. Thus, they were happy in this life and able to return back home, back to Godhead. So just how all the 4 varnas cooperating with each other, they can live a beautiful life. Devotees, are you able to see this Prabhupada quote? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Can anyone read? Our first duty is?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
This is the way to advance in spiritual science.
Mataji,
One must.
are you able to see the quote? Prabhupada quote. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, Prabhu, that is not able to see.
Okay, this. Yeah. Our first duty is?
Okay. Still not. Sorry, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Our first duty is to satisfy the spiritual master who can arrange for the Lord's mercy. A common man must first begin to serve the spiritual master or the devotee. Then, through the mercy of the devotee, the Lord will be satisfied. Unless one receives the dust of a devotee's lotus feet on one's head, there is no possibility of advancement. Unless one approaches a pure devotee, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta, Madhya Leela, Chapter 11, Text 58. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. So it's very clear. unless we get the dust of a pure devotee on our head, advancement in spiritual science is not at all possible. And there are many things, many quotes, a few quotes only I am quoting. Any other devotee, can you read this quote of Prabhupada?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
A bona fide devotee of the Lord, Krishna is always pained to see the fallen condition of the whole world. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, there is no security of any
Scarcity, no scarcity of anything in this.
no scarcity of anything within this world. The only scarcity is of Krishna consciousness. That is the vision of all pure devotees. Because of this lack of Krishna consciousness in human society, people are suffering terribly, being merged in an ocean of science and sense gratification. A devotee onlooker is very much aggravated to see such a situation in the world.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. This is the quote from Adilila, chapter 13, 67. So what is the only scarcity in this world? Lack of Krishna consciousness. Providing material facilities for the children will not make them elevated in spiritual life. Of course, as long as it is conducive for spiritual life, then it's fine. If material education, material prosperity is taking away them from Krishna consciousness, then we are sending our children towards a difficult life. That's not the purpose. So following the footsteps of Mahajanas, the previous Acharyas, and giving everyone what is scarcity is spiritual life. That is what we have to give to the present generation and the next generation, or the future generation. So when we do that, life will become happy. Yeah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching as a devotee. King Prataprudra is exhibiting how a Vaishnava should behave. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is showing us how Vaishnava should give kripa to other Vaishnavas. Yeah. With this, we'll stop here. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrtam ki Jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Pad ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. So we have stopped with text number 17. 18 to be continued, Prabhu. Next week, 18 to be continued. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for enlightening on the Chaitanya Caritamrta. Such a nice conversations between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So any devotee, I think Sangeeta Mataji has raised a hand. Okay, Mataji, you can unmute and ask your question. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams to all the devotees. Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Prabhuji, I have a question. In fact, I have two questions. Prabhuji, can I ask a question from the teachings of Lord Chaitanya? A book is the chapter number is. While reading, I had few questions. Chapter 7. So, Prabhuji, it is mentioned that Krishna. Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, go ahead. Go ahead.
Prabhuji, it is mentioned on page number 75 that Krishna first incarnates as the three Purushotthams, namely the Mahavishnu, the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and the Kshirodakshaya Avatara. Now, it is said that this is confirmed in the Satvata Tantra. Is it a book, Prabhuji? This is confirmed in
Tantra is
Sattva.
also what you call another grantha, which gives like a formulas, and Tantra it don't say very openly. The meanings are like very hidden. If a materialistic person read, it appears a materialistic way. A spiritual person reads, it appears spiritual way. So tantras are there. Sattva tantra is how Radha and Dyutis and Gopis serve Krishna is explained in that. In Vrindashtakam, you can see that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentioned one of the tantras. Like that, there are many tantras. Yes, very confidential portions are discussed in the tantras, Mataji. What's your question?
Right. Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, is this book like this? Is it available? Is it a book written by somebody, or where can I read more about it? Satvata Tantra is a book. Like, is it available in ISKCON bookstores?
I'm not sure, Mataji. We have to check. We have to check and then come back to you.
Right, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, and then there is like it is described. Krishna's energies are energy of thinking, feeling, and acting. So then elaborately it is like mentioned how the thinking energy is exhibited.
Have you
And
heard the Sanskrit terms? Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, etc.
oh, right. So Hindi book,
Those things are that,
yeah,
thinking, willing, and feeling, etc. Yeah.
right.
So
Prabhuji,
those
Prabhuji,
Shaktis are also expansion of the Lord as a part of, Bahiranga Shakti, it works. And also it can be converted into spiritual energy, both. See, electricity is the same. Okay. The same electricity can be used in a geyser to make hot water. The same electricity can be used in a refrigerator to make the cold energy, cold, right? So similarly, Lord energy is the same. The same energy is used for the Lord, that become Antaranga Shakti. We used it for ourselves, our sense gratification, mind, senses, false ego, that become Bahiranga Shakti. That's all.
right, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, and if you can differentiate, like if you can just tell me the meaning of Prakash manifestation and Vilas manifestation. If somebody asks me what is Vilas manifestation and this,
That is
what do
the
you call
whole chapter itself. In this Q&A sessions, it's difficult to explain everything because
right, Prabhuji?
Prabhava, Vibhava, Vilas are a huge explanation. There are chapters in Chaitanya Charitamrta. Our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj has explained. I will send the reference to Narsimha Prabhu. He will forward it to you. Okay.
That's very nice, Prabhuji, because I heard in a lecture where it was said that where Lord has same face. But I'm confused which one is that, Prakash Avatar or what it is like Vilas Avatar, because there was mention of that Gujarat temple, and it was not very clear to me, so I had confusion and I asked you.
No worries, man. No worries. Thank you. Thanks for your question.
Thanks a lot,
All right.
Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna,
Dandavat pranams.
Prabhuji, I would like to add one more thing on what you said. This regarding Satvata Tantra, there is a book written by Bhansa Maharaj, and it is available on Amazon.
Yeah.
As Prabhu mentioned that it is regarding the three Purusha incarnations of the Lord, how Krishna appeared. So Bhansa Maharaj has nicely written and explained the whole thing in that book. So Prabhu Maharaj has translated.
Prabhuji, can you please repeat the name of Maharajji? I will do some research on.
Bhanuswami Maharaj. It's known as Bhanuswami Maharaj.
Right, Prabhuji. Spellings, if you can please spell.
Bhanu. Bhanuswami.
I'll share that link, Mataji.
Yeah.
I'll share that link
Understood,
in the group.
Prabhuji.
It is there in Amazon. So I'll share that link in the group.
So sweet of you, Prabhuji. Please do that. Thank you, Prabhuji. So nice of
And
you.
regarding other your Vilasa and other Prakasha incarnations of the Lord, this actually we covered before in during our Laghu Bhagavatamrita sessions. So all those are available on our YouTube channel. So if you are a member of our YouTube channel, so you will definitely have access. Otherwise, I'll ask Nityananda Prabhu to share the links of those recordings. So we covered this Laghu Bhagavatamrita. Most of the sessions we covered, and all the recordings are available. So in that very detailed
explanation is given, and we did some PowerPoint presentations also on that. So all those are available. We can discuss. As Prabhu also said, he will share the links. So this all will help you to understand.
In the group, Prabhuji, it will be shared.
Purushottham Prabhu said he will share the link.
Just a minute. I'll explain. Just
that he will.
Yeah. See, Mataji, this is the verse from Vrinda Devi Ashtakam, composed by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Okay. The verse number 7, you can see. Tvam ketya she sattvatantra vidvi lila vidana kila Krishna shakti tavaiva murtis tulasindra loke vrinde namaste charanara vindam sattva tantra vidvi. Okay. So we are well versed in the tantras of the mode of pure goodness. This is Sutta Sattva, the highest platform. I request Mataji, if you have completed Bhagavatam and then completed Caitanya Caritamrta, then study Nectar of Devotion, all the portions, and then access this Sattva Tantra, because it's one of the topmost level. You may not be able to understand. Even if you understand, if you are not a Uttamadhikari, it will be difficult. Yeah, that's my what I heard from Vaishnava, great Vaishnavas. Sattva Tantra is not for even Madhyamadhikari. Yeah, that is the what you call the way you have to access the spiritual knowledge. See, if you are for a high school student, if you give a research subject, it's difficult for him to understand and study, right? Like that, this Sattva Tantra. But still, by the mercy of Bhavana Swami Maharaj, for the future generation, he has already done the research and books are published. And many things are there, including about Gayatri Bija Mantra, Maharaj has published. That's for research scholars. If you are research scholars, please, you can access it. But take permission from your spiritual master. Okay? Hare Krishna.
Right, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Yashomati Mataji is guiding me from Mayapur, in fact.
Excellent. You can have a word with her. Yes, that is the proper.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Prabhuji. Thanks a lot to all of
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandat pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your nectarine class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we mostly heard that when we take one step, Krishna will take 1,000 steps forward. And Krishna, as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Paramatma. So King Prataparudra, he is taking so many steps to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so just
because of his position as a king who is involved in politics, who is involved in materialistic activities. So for a sannyasi, it's not recommended or advised to associate with such people. Maybe mere glance, that's it. Or just for a respect, few seconds or few minutes, not constant association. As long as that materialistic king is a pure devotee, then there is no materialism. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw King Prataparudra is very humbly sweeping Jagannath, Lord Jagannath Rathayatra, with the broomstick. Then Mahaprabhu got melted. So he is a devotee because he is serving the Lord with all humility. So then he agreed for an interview.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So that makes, to set an example for the society, even though you are a devotee, if you are having material designations, you will be stopped from many mercy. You have to give up that. That's why Sarva Upadir Vinirmuktam Tatparatena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. If you want to know what is Uttama Bhakti, you have to give up all your material designations. Upadirs. That's why that verse says that. Hope you got clear, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Once again, thank you, Prabhuji, with short notice and with your commitments. Again, I know 8:15 you have Chaitanya Charitamrta class in another group, but we really relished today's session and we look forward for more association of you, Prabhu.
I thank all the devotees for giving me an opportunity to serve all of you.
So let us pay obeisances to Prabhu.